Well, domestic violence thrives only in secrecy, when you don't talk about it. It's just so counter to what the stereotypes are. And I think it's powerful because it hits home with people, because I look like, their friend or their daughter or, their cousin, somebody who they could really identify with. And I think my experience goes a long way, my experience and my candor about it goes a long way to showing people how prevalent domestic violence is and how much victims need help. If I had known more about the realities of domestic violence, I wouldn't have been a victim myself. And so I offer the opportunity for people to learn about one woman's experience. And I think that's really what gets to most people, is that they can't conceive of why you would stay. I come from a family full of lawyers. When I was in my 20s, when I was in the abusive marriage, I very much fit a profile of a very empowered young woman. But I still needed a lot of help. The strangers who helped me in the wake of the violence were actually even more important than my friends and family. And so I hope that message makes people feel really good about supporting charities that help victims. Because it's, obviously the women and children with no resources need the most help, but even people with a lot of, financial and educational and family resources, we still need a whole lot of help too, and in some ways it's a lot harder for us to ask for it. Just by coming to an event like this, you're taking a stand against family violence. And if you leave the luncheon and tell your family and your friends and your colleagues where you were, you're actually taking a really huge step towards eradicating family violence from our society, because you're breaking the silence and you're talking about it. And that's really powerful by itself, but it's also powerful for the future, because you never know who's listening. And it could be that somebody who you casually say to, well, I was at this charity event, that person might be a victim themselves, or they might be a victim in the future, and they will remember you as a resource, somebody they could talk to about it. And they'll also remember the Jewish Family Children's Service as a place that they can turn to for help in the future. Just by the simple thing of attending a luncheon a few hours out of your day, you're really doing a lot.